Hi everyone, welcome to Boarded Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is the Tier 8 French light tank, the autoloader, the AMX 1390. This is a double shot of Tier 8 French light tank action featuring the Flying Elite, and you can see his tank has one mark of excellence on its barrel, and I believe that as he was doing these two games that I'm going to put in this double shot, he was going for 2 or 3 marks of excellence in his tank. He's in a Tier 10 battle in this game, which of course in a Tier 10 battle, when you're in a Tier 8 light tank, that's your best chance to get your most experience via spotting, damage, kills and all that kind of bizzo. Flying Elite is running around the middle of the map right now, looking for some early spots on the enemy tanks. Of course you get bonus experience for early spots on the enemy tank, especially when you're in a Tier 8 and you're spotting Tier 10s. Lots of medium tanks on the enemy side, a few on Flying Elite side as well, and 3 artillery, which would be good in a light tank if they were shooting whatever it is you spot. Now, Flying Elite, you can see he's also running Strong Coffee, the premium consumable, in his tank, and that's going to help with his spotting range, his camouflage, rate of fire, reload, aim time, all that kind of stuff. And of course that's not a bad thing to use when you're in especially in autoloaders and any tank which relies on vision as well for when you're grinding out marks of excellence. And at the moment the Flying Elite doing the right thing, just running around the middle and just trying to get spots on whoever might be in the middle as the heavy tanks move down the eastern side into the town. And of course, even though it's a Tier 10 game, when you're in a Tier 8 light tank, one thing that you really want to do is make sure you stay alive for the whole game. You can't earn any experience when you're dead, which obviously might sound like an obvious observation, but quite often in Tier 10 battles you see the Tier 8 lights dying very, very early, and of course once you're dead, you can't do much from the garage. Looking at the minimap, there's quite a number of campers up here at B1. The usual camping spot, and they look like there's a T-54 and a couple of Tier 8 tanks. The T-26 E5, the new American premium tank, and looks like a T-30, so a Tier 9 as well. But it looks like they're moving forward now, with the Object 140 leading the way. And these heavier tanks, the 2 Jag Panzer E100s, and the E75s, with the Centurion hanging around on the eastern flank. Flying Elite just continuing to run around. Doesn't look like he's picking up too much spotting damage just yet, but looks like the tanks he had with him in the middle have all gone away. So anything that gets spotted in the middle of the map now will be Flying Elite's spotting points, spotting damage. .261, possibly using armor piercing ammunition, maybe. That's what he was telling him in the chat. Now I would have thought that the Flying Elite would have got the spotting damage for that 1,000 hit points of damage into the T-62A, but maybe the Jag Panzer could see the tank for himself. Now he gets led here by the AMX 1390 on the enemy side, and it's just a bit of running around at the moment. I hope this doesn't turn into I haven't watched this game yet. I hope it doesn't turn into a boring one. 1-2 is the score as the T-54 gets killed by the Emil 2 on the western flank, and finally a few tanks on the eastern side start to be spotted, and Flying Elite searching for shots on the Jag Tiger, gets one shot into him, needs to lift his gun a bit, there he goes, gets another one. With his 3 remaining shots he could kill him. Unspotted, but that doesn't mean you can't kill him. Have a look at that. That was a beautiful blind shot into the Tier 9 German tank destroyer. It can be a bit of a tough nut to crack, the Jag Tiger. The armour on it can be quite troll. But other times you can penetrate it all day long. 2-2 is the score, and looks like the western flank is where a lot of enemy tanks are. And it's just a T-30 and 2 Tier 8 tanks pushing that side, so they need to be reasonably careful. And the Flying Elite moving into a position now where he can support that western flank. Of course, Flying Elite is on YouTube as well. There'll be a link to his channel in the video description, if I remember, which I generally do, I think. And the enemy having a big push on the west now with the AMX 50B and the T54 just outgunning that FV4202. And I would imagine that T26E5 will be saying goodnight pretty soon with the T54 and the French autoloader there. Flying Elite trying to get some more vision on the southern half of the map. You can see the Batchat there. Batchat looks like he is hiding behind a rock. Maybe he's reloading. Auto aims and gets 2 shots into the Batchat. And now the Batchat's hiding behind that rock again. And the T30 pinging for help there. He's about to be outmaneuvered, I think. The Batchat does a good job killing the AMX 50B on the western side, as the Flying Elite looks for some more opportunities to put some damage into some tanks. The M53, M55 tier 9 artillery pieces spotted, and he unluckily bounces the first shot. The second shot doesn't bounce though. Now he's guessing where he might be. Did that blind shot go through? No. One more shell left. Thank you very much. Kill number 2 for the Flying Elite, bringing the lead for the first time back into his team's favour, killing Tier 9 artillery. Still 2 more artilleries on the enemy side and 3 on the Flying Elite side, and he'll be hoping that he can pick up some spotting damage for those Tier 10 artilleries in his side, as well as the big German Tier 8. 6-5 is the score, nearly 1400 hit points of damage, and no spotting damage, it's saying on the bottom left side of the screen. I'm not sure if that's a bug or not. We'll see at the post-game battle results at the end of the game. 6-5, 1381 hit points of damage, and he's got 6 more shells in the clip, ready to pump out some serious French damage into the enemy team. Probably been lit by the Batchat, who was last spotted not far from where the Flying Elite is. There's the Batchat. 2 shots should be enough. Gets 1 shot. Gets 2 shots. The Batchat shoots back but misses, and that brings the lead up to 2. But E75 got the kill on that Batchat. Takes a shot from the enemy 1390, and uses his camo values here to try and outvision the French light tank. And he's double bushed here, so he shouldn't be able to be seen by the AMX 1390, and so that AMX 1390 didn't see it coming. He's got 2 shells left, and rather than take a reload, might as well throw a bit of damage towards the Leopard PTA's way. Now he gets lit again, so he's going to hug this rock like his life depends on it, because it does. He's only on 538 hit points of health, which the Leopard 1 or the artilleries or even the Emil could clean that up pretty quickly. Jag Panther 2 gets lit down in the southwestern part of the map as the heavier tanks slowly roll up, the 2 Jag Panzer E100s and the E75. And thank you very much. There's the spotting damage. It wasn't a bug at all. Get the spotting damage from 2 Jag Panzers. There's an easy 2,767 hit points of spotting damage into the Jag Panther 2, as well as whatever else he had lit. Now with the score on 10-7, 3 kills, 2,500 damage and 2-7 spotted. I'm pretty happy with that result. Not the Flying Elite. He wants those 3 marks of excellence as quick as he can, and so he's searching for those last remaining tanks. The artilleries must be in this corner because every other part of the map has been covered, unless that Object 140 really can't see the one line. Gets another 1100 spotting damage into the CDC, and the E75 cleans up the Tier 8 French premium medium tank. As the Flying Elite, he would love to get rid of another clip, and he knows that those artilleries must be down here. Leopard gets spotted up there. Artie shoots and kills the E75. The Flying Elite cops a shot from the low, but the low was on such low health that 1 shell was enough to kill the premium German heavy tank, and now it's just 2 artilleries left, and this is absolutely the Flying Elite's job in his little light tank to light up these artilleries. And of course, light tanks love to shoot artilleries. He gets a couple of shots into the Object 261, but the Object 261 shoots him straight up the rear end. German Artie kills the French Artie, and surely it's just a matter of time for that Russian artillery piece to get taken out of the game. We know he's just fired Not sure what this bloke is doing, just sitting here. Obviously doesn't want to die, but his mate picks up the kill, and all in all a pretty good win and a pretty good result from the Flying Elite from Tim Clan in his AMX 1390, the Tier 8 French light tank, which I believe is well on the way to getting 3 marks of excellence. As we look at the post-game battle results, it's an ace tanker mastery badge, which is no surprise, spotter, duelist, fighter, fire for effect, tank sniper, and of course the patrol duty medal. He had an absolute rip-up. 3,294 hit points of damage, 4 kills, 1460 base experience, and fired 21 shots, 19 hit, 16 did damage, and also the 4,607 spotting damage. That contributed greatly to the ace tanker mastery badge. Of course, no great surprise, he lost a fair amount of credits there because he had premium hot coffee running in his tank to help with his reload time, his view range, his camouflage, and of course his aim time. And ammunition cost him a fair amount of coin too, since he was running full APCR. As we move on to the second battle of this double shot of Tier 8 French AMX 1390 Flying Elite from Tim Clan action, and this time it's another Tier 10 battle on Swamp. And the Flying Elite says hello to his old mate Maxi from Pyro Clan, and he's running forwards to probably get some vision into the middle part of the map. Often on this map, you see the light tanks hang around this ridge line in the north and this ridge line in the south, and they just pick up spotting damage all day long, provided they don't get taken out. It's the thing with light tanks, you can get nice and aggressive, which is awesome, but if you get too aggressive too soon, it can be a pretty expensive exercise. Flying Elite looking for some shots on the Conqueror, the T-34, the VK4502B, and the other two T-34. There's 2 of them in a platoon. Pick up the spotting damage nice and early. Lost their RU-251. Not sure where he was. I think he was running around this area here, near these heavy tanks. And Flying Elite seeing the opportunity to put some shells into the enemy tanks. T-34, even though the Flying Elite's been spotted, the T-34 didn't stop to aim. And so the Flying Elite probably pretty confident that he could get a couple of more shells out and safely dodge the American premium heavy tank shell. 0-1's the score. He's picked up 717 hit points of damage on those heavy tanks, as well as 241 spotting damage. Only down by a tank, so it's anyone's game. As the Flying Elite camos up in the bush, trying to get a little bit safe. Picks up some more spotting damage on the VK4502. Moves forward a little bit. They're down by 2 tanks now. They're not going to want to lose too many more. Of course, the heavy tanks being in here, it's a nice aggressive move by the enemy side, but if they get sort of sniped out, they're going to be in all kinds of trouble. Nice aggressive push as well from the Flying Elite's team up the 1 line. Flying Elite gets spotted now, and that T-34's stopped and aiming quite well, so he does cop the shell, but he knows that the reload time on the heavy tank will not be enough to get another shot in before he can kill him. And he picks up his first kill. Someone's shooting at him, so he gets out the way and takes the opportunity for a reload just as the STRV gets spotted up in the top right hand corner of the map. Doesn't run too far away, he wants to get some more spotting damage, but pretty good chance those Emils that are closing in on the VK45, they'll be spotting him for himself, so he probably doesn't really need to try and light up the VK, but on only 1100 health he could probably afford to put a few shots in him. Now he's only on 500. The Flying Elite will be looking at trying to pick up the kill now that his French gun's loaded. 1 shot's in, 2 shots in, 1 more will be all she wrote. bounces one. Even with APCR, these German heavy tanks can be pretty strong, but gets third time lucky picking up the kill on the big German Tier 9 heavy tank and helping his teammate claw back the scoreboard 6-3. As the tanks on the Flying Elite side start moving into position, he's in a good spot here to keep these campers lit up. Of course, there's a Waffenträger Alf Panzer 4 up there, as well as the FV215B. Batchat camping like a champ at the back. They lose their Emil 2, but still up by 2 tanks. WZ120 and Emil playing tank destroyer roll back there. It's probably understandable because they are on reasonably low health. The Object 704 looks like he's starting to move forward to try and help these tanks push up the western side. As the Flying Elite takes another reload, he's going to go round. He's probably looking for more vision in the northeast corner. Quite a few tanks were last spotted up at B0, but the AMX 1390 on the enemy side is getting nice and aggressive. Double bushed here. Is he going to take some shots into the Object 140? He is. Why wouldn't you too? Gets a couple of shots into the Tier 10 Russian medium tank. And with the score on 8-6, he'll be thinking, as long as I stay alive, I've got this. 9-6 now as the Leopard kills the Object 140. And there's that T-54. Has he got a shot? I reckon he's just behind a ridgeline there. I'd be a bit concerned about that STRV though. First 2 shots don't do anything. He's only got 2 shells left. There's the AMX 1390. That'll be damage if it lands. He gets a shot into the French Tier 8 light tank. 2,651 hit points of damage. 908 spotted as he takes a reload. And not a bad idea to get the hell out of that area because it looks like they're all around here, the remaining enemy tanks. This group have done a good job killing the tanks that were last spotted around the D5 area. It's just a Batchat, that STRV. He's on reasonably low health, but could still take out the Flying Elite with 1 shot, I think. Definitely do more than 304 hit points. And it's just a case of out-visioning this tank destroyer. 2 mediums and a light tank. His gun is nearly loaded. He thinks he's got a nice shot into the back of the Tier 10 Swedish tank destroyer. A tank I had so much fun playing not so long ago. Bounces one of the shots, gets spotted, but picks up a Tier 10 kill, which is always good when you're in a Tier 8 light tank. Gunner gets taken out by the T-54, so he fixes him. And that T-54, he should be able to kill him with 1 shot, but the T-54 could kill the Flying Elite with 1 shot as well, so he needs to be very careful. To score on 12-7, this is where he really wants to maximise his damage as he's grinding through these marks of excellence. Batchat kills the 1390, the T-54 kills the Batchat, and there's a Batchat and a T-54 left on the enemy side. There goes the T-54. Where's the Batchat? The Batchat's just around there. He's on 900 health, so the Flying Elite takes a reload because it'll take his whole clip to take him out. And he's probably looking at the minimap. You'd think that the Batchat's trying to circle jerk that Jag Tiger. Now that the Batchat's down to 515 health, he obviously copped a shot from one of the tanks. Flying Elite's probably thinking if that Batchat circle jerks the Jag and uses all his ammo up, he'll be able to clip him out when he gets there. His gun's nearly loaded, and everyone's shooting at the Batchat. Batchat's just a 1 shot now. Who can get it? Can the Flying Elite pick up another Tier 10 kill? He's behind a little pile of dirt there at the moment. Is he going to go YOLO? Why wouldn't you? Not quite, but the Object 704 does the job, and in the end, not a bad win. 15-10 on Cliff, as we have a very quick look at the post-game battle results. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Spotter, Bruiser, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effect. Hell of a lot of damage, and have a look at that. 3,393 hit points of damage. Not many people did more than that. The Leopard did 4, and the STB did just about 90 more hit points of damage, but 4 kills, 1,410. Base experience, 1,466. Spotting damage, Not a bad game at all. Another game where he bled credits, but like we said in the first one, he's going for those marks of excellence in the 1390, and he's running coffee and full premium ammunition. But some pretty good games featuring the AMX 1390 Tier 8 French light tank. Thanks to Flying Elite. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care and see you all next time.